Jagweet and good day! Welcome to Limbo! This is Terrene, Sovereign of the Earth, and well, it appears some sort of little creature has attached itself to my cranium. You see, this would not typically happen with a Fae, since they are not able to sustain such damage. But you see, as a creature of the Fae, I'd be able to control this beast myself with my own magics. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Terrene, Sovereign of the Earth, Leader of the North, a creature of the Fae, and I am playing Limbo. Invited, of course, by one zombie Chris to partake in this game, as he called it. The device to which I am looking at is very similar to the pixie boxes. Oh goodness, iron. I am playing as a mortal, yes? I imagine the creature I'm playing as is a mortal, some sort of shadowy mortal. I imagine that Unseelie may have gotten to him. However, he is still a mortal, so I imagine he should be able to touch iron, yes? I'll do it carefully. Alright. The iron does not seem to damage him. Very well. What is this? Alright. Not sure how that works. The device I'm looking at seems to be very similar to the pixie boxes the mortals use to take the instant portraits that they take of me. Yes, are you well, beast? I apparently scare it. Sorry, poor creature. Do please feel well to be fertilized by the earth beneath you, for I do keep I do work very hard to ensure that all of my dirt beneath you is able to support you in all of your endeavors. Whether that means you can grow as an individual or together with your kin as a family. Hopefully this growth will support you. Oh, am I feeding the creature? Very good! I fed the creature! Spectacular! Apparently now I've scared it. Good day, little one. Is there a reason why? There must be a reason. There seems to be a puzzle of sorts. Good day. Mayhaps I need to be quicker. One theory is to go into the hole to which this beast is hiding. The second theory is to gain this white spirit myself. It appears there's no way of doing this myself either. Is there any way I can lean down and gain being closer to the earth? This concept of being high up is brand new to me. Well, you see, typically I'm not able to leave the earth. Okay, very well. Margayor. I am able to either push this creature that way or find out. No, I cannot go this way still. Run, run from me. We're playing a game. I need to push you right into this mechanism. Oh, goodness. Are you well, creature? He seems to be running. Does this change anything at all? It does not seem to be so. I will go back to this lever that I found earlier. This will stop it, yes? Oh, it does not stop anything. Oh, goodness. In fact, it kept it running faster. Now Narot is raining upon me. It is good to see you, Younger. The Younger is raining upon me. How glorious. I do wonder how this affects myself moving forward. Seems to be a bit of a ladder. Seems to be some sort of wooden plank to move. Very well. Is this a secret of sorts? Apparently not. Very well. I'll push this to the left. I'm curious if I'm able to regain my standing. There we are. Perfect, exactly as planned. I do not consider grabbing the iron. Once this pool fills, I imagine I'll be able to walk from one side to the other. So this puzzle was seemingly mandatory to continue on. Very well. Oh goodness, no, it's traveling to the other side. This is not well. I do not want to jump in the water, for I may drown. Although I know not of drowning much, since my feet are not able to leave the ground, as I was mentioning somewhat earlier. This means I cannot leave the land to go to the water and therefore drown. Let us try this once more. I do marvel at this individual as his feet sway so freely into the air. Travel quickly. Excellent! Well done, young one. Except now I wonder. Allow us one more try. I will see if I can jump upwards and run along the chute for which the water is running. Magayor, once more. It does not seem that my grasp is able to handle. Oh, well. Magayor, very well then. It appears as though I was not meant to travel upon the tunnel that the water is flowing upon. Again, I'm not accustomed to drowning, since that is not a possibility for me. As the earth, the water helps my plants to grow. It does not necessarily drown them if they are in immediate contact with it. However, it seems if this mortal touched by the unseelie is surrounded in the water, he perishes quite quickly, in fact. Therefore, I shall continue on my journey. What a beautiful sight. The rot raining upon me. It seems to be this structure. Oh, goodness! It seems as though I took this young one. For I am a leshy. Let us see this once more. I am a leshy of a species. Therefore, I do collect the younglings of many species to protect them. At a quick enough pace for the mortal to jump. There we are. Oh! It appears that the the pool is much wider than I had once imagined. Perhaps I need to climb upwards. I do so enjoy collecting this mortal again and again, however, which is why I did not worry too much. Oh, why must we do this? We are moving too far away from the earth. We are in some sort of water prison. Water and hardened earth. And the mortals do so use to allow their automobiles to drive on now. I'm curious. This blocks this, meaning I must travel upwards, yes? Yes, of course. I wonder if I must do so rapidly. Yes, rapidly would be the pace to which I need to do this. I have not succeeded. Narot has taken this mortal. I have taken him several times. However, it seems Narot had the upper hand upon this young mortal's life. The Sealy seem to be claiming this one quite often. Not many of the Air Court or Fire Court taking this young one. However, the Earth and Water seem to be the destiny for this one's fate. I must travel quickly. And take this box over. Mayhaps. Yes. Very good. Yet not good enough. Not good enough. I must work this through. Perhaps. Yes, of course. This way the box can travel upwards without needing me to take it left. It will already be left. Spectacular! Ha 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 ha! This way the mortal may survive this puzzle one more try. Perhaps you will survive this time, young one. And the water court will not claim you once more. We do not want to tilt. For that would certainly spell certain doom. For you. Spectacular. Now this water will most likely continue to rise. That does not seem to be safe. The insects do seem to want to collect around this individual's box. What is this structure that I see? Oh goodness. Goodbye, young one. While you are buried underneath the wood. Let us try once more. This box deteriorated at a slower pace than I had at once imagined. So I must continue standing on it for a longer period of time. Perhaps a few days. No, days is when you mortals say the sun rises and falls. Days is not a consistent amount of time for this. I don't care much to learn these mortal increments of time, for they are so small in comparison. Days is the smallest I really care to concern myself with. For I have lived for 250 million of these years. There we are. I wonder if the water will begin to spill. Yes, certainly it will. Spectacular. It appears that now I wait for the water to rise, leading me to believe I may have missed something down on the beneath. I may have entirely missed something. Or mayhaps... Nope. Here and I thought perhaps the water would not rise unless I triggered something. However, that does not seem to be the case. But this structure does not seem to be very solid within itself. I had thought that this would rise. Mortal, the water court shall claim you once more. Ha 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 ha! This was not the intelligent solution either. Let us try once more. I have learned now that I have missed nothing. Spectacular. I do so hope that this balloon will carry on northward. No, the mortal was too slow. It's quite unfortunate for him. I'm curious if this balloon will travel to the right of this large pixie box. I understand. When this balloon first emerges, I should close this gate. I understand. I believe I may understand this puzzle. I have to open this gate. And once this sphere of air releases from its groundly prison, I am to close this gate, secure it for myself, then continuing to push to the right, and then secure myself in safety. The sphere of air will then push the once immovable block skyward. I have solved the riddle! Spectacular! I'm curious. What are the doings of this lever? Understandable. Mayhaps I need this block to rise far enough for me to leap from one end to the other. It does not seem as though it will travel much further than this, however. This seems to be a very solid station for it to hold. Very well. This does not seem to be an area to which I should travel. I may understand. I do not understand. Both of these boxes must rise in order for me to leap. However, the leaping was not enough. I understand the water level must be risen. And for that to be the case, I must free the water from this side. However, I'm not quite certain how to ensure that this occurs. Perhaps the solution was simply that, so that the water was not able to travel and reach equilibrium upon the left. It was not able to continue the balance, or rather it was able to continue the balance. More of those creatures. Goodness. It was able to balance when it was not. Oh, that is quite unfortunate. Oh, quite unfortunate indeed. It seems these creatures may have led many to their doom in the watery depths. Quite unfortunate. It appears that I did not grasp this box early enough. That is quite some magnificent balance, young one. Spectacular. This way I'm able to leap upon the box and leap to safety. As I understand it, these creatures are demolished by the light. These creatures are not able to survive in Queen Titania's radiance. I am unsure if there is any destiny to the lower end. There most certainly is not. This spells certain doom. This, however, does not. Luckily. I found it may be useful to jump at this time. However, that was not the case. The creature once more confused. Drawn aback by the radiance of Queen Titania. It seems as though the water court is being incredibly successful in fighting the unseelie this day. Perhaps this mortal will survive with the aid of Queen Titania's light, confusing the brainwashing creatures. Mayhaps I should leap more in order to gain speed. Or I could simply travel faster. I understand I must travel very fast, since I'm only able to travel in this direction until the creature's once more confused, and I am to travel toward the right as the water is rising. Therefore I was able to solve this puzzle rather quickly, in fact. Although now I am stuck as the water rises. There we are. This patch of land is our savior, as it floats upward toward us, protecting us from the sharp demise that awaits this poor mortal. Spectacular. I am curious, however. What fate? No fate in that direction! Very well. And I was curious what fate would belie any creature that traveled towards the right. It seems as though it would be a watery grave. Likewise to a creature that traveled to the left. Assuming, of course, that the water would continue to rise. It seems as though I may be waiting for water to rise regardless. I do not mean to fall. Very well. Is there a platform to walk upon? Apparently not. Perhaps I must drag the platform. Of course! There's a platform for me to travel upon. Not terribly efficient, I would say. However, it was my savior, so I do thank this magnificent patch of land for saving me from the sharp demise that awaited this mortal earlier. It does not appear that there is any direction that is safe. Unfortunately, I believe the water court will claim this mortal once more. Very well. Does not seem the water has quite risen. I understand. I am back toward the top. Is there anything for me to grab? Nothing for me to take with me. Very well. It does seem as though I may need to make a leap of faith. And it seems this youngster's faith was well placed. The water court does seem to be celebrating its victory quite a lot. Taking the lives of this mortal. I am quite glad that even though this mortal was claimed by the Unseelie, he was able to touch the iron. Seems as though timing may be critical. Seems as though the fire court may also be taking their leave. Not their leave. I misspoke. The fire court does seem to be taking its prisoner. Taking its victim, as it were. Timing may indeed be the critical aspect in success. It does not seem as though the letter E is moving anywhere. But it does seem as though a rope has unsecured itself from the letter T. Very well. Seems as though the fire court has been dismantled. Ha ha ha! Tungsten, you have had your day and this is not it. I've thwarted Tungsten once more. Nerot, however, seems to be ever present in the background. I do so wonder if Willowy is also another that I may have to face. I understand the irony. The arrow was pointing downward. I do see your presence, though, Willowy. Upon this smoke. I do see your presence, younger. You're not able to fool me. There seems to be some sort of portable ladder. I'm curious. It appears as though I do not have all the pieces to this puzzle. Allow me to shed some light on the subject. Perhaps with the shattering of this glass. Mayhaps. It does not seem to be so, however. I was entirely confident that this would break. Which is why I made this comment. I understand. Perhaps I need to travel from a higher distance. This was poor timing on my part. Let us try once more. There we are. Seems as though I have reached a new depth. Oh. The mortal has been stricken and has fallen to the unfortunate ability for them to be quite fragile. Another of those creatures. Those creatures that do so tame the mind. Does not seem to be much. Oh, here is the arrow. Now it is pointing upwards. I'm curious. There does not seem to be a need to go upwards. Very well. But there is Titania's radiance shining upon us in that direction. If the creature had been pointing me in the incorrect direction, I would have fallen victim to the falling obstacles once more. That would have been quite unfortunate. However, I believe I have bested this creature. I have bested it with the light of the Queen of the Seelie Court. Now, with this writhing, unseemly creature in the cranium of this mortal, I shall succeed in conquering the day. As I am Terrene, sovereign of the element of Cray, or as you mortals call it, Earth. May you have the ability to be stable in these trying times and grow as an individual, or mayhaps even together with others as a family. It does seem to be quite a lot of travel with this creature upon the cranium, and not much I can do to say otherwise. Very well. That seemed to be an unfortunate demise. I was correct in thinking that I should jump over the triggering mechanism. Perhaps not! Perhaps not, however! That was a bizarre question. If I should, in fact, trigger the mechanism. It seems as though it was good for me to trigger it early. Jump upon the box and then over this device! I do believe this was the solution, however, I should time it more properly this time. Iron is very dangerous, even to mortals it seems. Not just to us creatures of the Fae. Slowly, just as the earth, slowly, mortal. You have conquered it, the day is now yours. Excellent. I imagine sudden death awaits this mortal to the right. Now I shall wait for this jaw of iron to travel its way toward me once more, for me to take to the air with the thanks of Willowy and Bestie. I have succeeded. And now to travel to the land I was not able to successfully see before. This game knows me all too well to know I am a creature of balance. And it wishes for me to upset this balance in order to gain further. Which is for me to upset the balance to gain a distance further. There we are. Masterfully done. There's a handle upon it, leading me to believe I may travel upon it. Very good. Your puzzles are no match for me and my experience. Excellent job, mortal. You are to be commended on your bravery. Does not seem that any of those are movable. They must be quite firmly placed upon the ground. Mayhaps I am able to... There we are. Spectacular. Oh, this could prove to be problematic. However, I believe that is unfortunate. This proves problematic. How am I to gain this object? For I have no doubt that I will need it. I imagine it'll be just out of reach. Yes, precisely. Exactly out of reach to where I will need this object in order to continue. I do so wonder. If I obtain this obstacle... Apparently not. It does not seem that quickness is the answer. Mayhaps there is yet one more that I am able to take with me. Oh, I believe I may have an answer. I potentially have two answers. The first is to climb up atop the box. The second is to allow it to travel downward, to use the handle, and mayhaps break the bottom of this contraption. This did not work. Allow us to begin with the second option. The second option did not seem to work either. I will reattempt my first. I will reattempt the first option. Spectacular. Well, now I will need to do so whilst the mechanism is in the northward pursuit. Mayhaps I need the structure in order to solve this. Spectacular. Mayhaps not. This was certainly not the correct answer. I wonder. I do think that the handle contains the answer I'm looking for. I believe it contains the answer I am looking for. There we are! It did so indeed. The handle was in fact of use, allowing me now to push this box, to be able to stand upon and gain myself height in order to complete the trial of the mechanism. I am successful once more. Spectacular. And as is a custom, it does not appear that that is all there is to it. Perhaps I must be swift once more. Spectacular. Appears as though I'll take to the air with the grace of Willowy. And I shall conclude my time here. I do thank each and every one of you for joining me today. Sword assault to you all, and may you return once more to the channel of one Zombie Chris. I have been Terrene, Sovereign of the Earth, and I shall bid you all a pleasant day. Schlonlocked to you all.